guys, thank you so much for tuning in and clicking on this video. It's the latest on trend with your girl Biami.
Big up yourself.
Let's talk about Paul and Chuma first. Like, there's a lot to unpack because this episode, do you know what? I was thinking, is it my favorite episode so far? I wasn't sure. For a second, I was like, I think this is my favorite episode. Let me know which one is your favorite, because this one was really intense. I loved the fact that they went in deep. Like, I loved how real it was. Like, it really makes me feel like, do you know what? This is what therapy is about. You can talk as openly as you need to, and it's a safe space to just let out everything that you need to let out. Do you know what I mean? And you have that mediator. You're not in your own environment, but you can just say what you need to say and say it how it is. Say what you have to say and say it how it is. And I loved it. I mean, it was very detailed, it was very graphic, especially with Paul and Chuma. And I was just like, this is real. Like, this is what people actually go through, and I love that. And another thing that it also made me think about, for a long time I've been thinking about having a therapist on the channel, just to show to the Black community how important therapy is. It really shows a positive side to therapy. I don't think Black people are accustomed to therapy. I love the narrative and the message this is putting out. This is actually the reality of what couples go through. This is the type of petty fights that they go through. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, they're talking about food, like they're talking about palm oil, they're talking about pounded yam, like but it's literally like the pettiest things you can fight with your partner. And when you, like, looking from the outside in, you're looking at you thinking, rah, like, you're actually fighting about food. Like, but do you know how food can actually break up a relationship? Like, it's mad. And also, I'm jumping in, but I'm gonna rewind back. Also, I love the fact that when they start talking about their sexual relationship, I love how it was Chuma that had the issue, that had the high sex drive, that wanted Paul, and not the other way around, because we have this idea that it's only men that want women or that always want sex. But I love how they switched it around. Also, did anyone else go and search out what a sapiosexual is? I think it became one of the most searched words last night. Anyway, it's a person who finds intelligence sexually attractive or arousing. I did as well, because I didn't know what that was. I was like, huh? Like, what the hell does that have to do with everything? Really, Paul? You mean to tell me that when you were checking for Chuma on her social media, on her Instagram, you was checking for her brains? No, you weren't. And also, you stated in a live that you don't want your woman to be twerking. What, a woman who's got a bum to be twerking? Come off it, man. The frustrating thing is that he makes a joke out of Chuma's feelings. Like, he's not taking her feelings seriously. Okay, so Chuma brings up the food issue, right? And palm oil seems to be the topic of conversation. Now, I don't know if Andy did this on purpose, because there has actually been a whole topic and whole discussion about the negative effects of palm oil. I do even remember having that conversation with my mum about palm oil, and I think it was in a documentary. I can't remember, but I do remember, and I am aware that this has been a debate whether palm oil is actually good for you or not. Now, obviously, this is something that a lot of Black people use to cook with. Studies have linked the consumption of palm oil to increased heart disease, increased risk of cardiovascular disease, and other adverse effects. So this is something that you obviously have to do your research on. But to be honest, I don't really think Black people would take it seriously. It's also been a debate because of air pollution, because of climate change, and all of that stuff. It was very interesting that the topic of palm oil came up, because I was thinking, did he know about that, or is he trying to raise an awareness about that, or it might just be because it's something that is used a lot in black homes to cook cultural dishes. Maybe, perhaps so. Paul then starts talking about his past experience with depression. It's so interesting to me that 3 years into their relationship, this is the first time that Chuma hears about his depression. This is what I mean. Like, the couple that is in therapy for 1 year and they are complaining and they want to meet their parents in 1 year, blah, blah, blah. Like, 1 year is actually nothing. Like, the important thing about your partner that you need to know, one of the most important things, and I put a poll up on my community page about mental health, whether you knowing that your potential partner may have a mental health issue, would that be a factor in your decision to being with them? Like, it is so 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 important. 3 years on, she had no idea about his depression. It's just something that he went through in his past, which changed his relationship with food massively. Now, okay, he was talking like he was a sellout because he was just like, we are in London, we're in the UK, we're not in Nigeria. It's like, bro, like, don't do that. Don't even do that, because I'm sorry, but I have an issue with people who are so westernized that they want to be like, we're not in Africa though, we're in the UK, I'm British, I'm English. It's like, you're not English, sorry. That's another topic of discussion. But anyways, he was proper acting like a sellout, but it's all good. But he brought an important topic, and I was trying to read through the comments because I watched it live. How do you lot go through the comments? Because the way this thing was going fast, like, I was just like, rah, boy, I ain't got time to be reading the comments. But people were legit mocking him when he was talking about his depression. Now, this is an alpha male, okay? This is a man's man expressing that he has dealt with depression. What is funny about that, please? What is there to mock about that? Like, that's something very serious. I don't know if you guys are aware, but there was a time where the suicide rate for men was 3.5 times higher than it was for women. Stats have shown that men die more by suicide than women. There's nothing funny about that. Depression can lead to tragic events. The thing that was really getting me with Chuma is, like, he's obviously explained the reason why he doesn't really want to eat that particular type of food, but it was almost like she dismissed it. For a split second, she was like, no, no, no. Like, I can't believe for the past 3 years, I've never known about this. You never told me this. You know, she showed a little bit of empathy there, but it was very short lived. Sis dismissed that because she then went back to talk about the food again. Like, why can't we? I'm not gonna cook that food. He can cook his own food. It's all bland. Why can't we do that on a Sunday, and then every day of the week we eat what we need to eat, or whether it was the other way around? But it's like, but sis, he's already explained to you that at that level now, it's a psychological issue. So you can't now keep going back trying to press him about eating cultural food. Where is the compromise? Where is the balance? I think she really dismissed him on that level. Like, this was the time where Paul opened up a little bit. He showed a little bit of a human side. He showed openness, and sis dismissed him. Like, she was still pressed about him eating that food. Okay, cool, you don't want to be cooking 2 meals, but if you're already trying to play wifey, he's not wifed you, you're living together, you've been together for 3 years. At this point, we don't know what level of commitment he's giving to you. You're not intimate. You're already in the housemate stage. Do you know the housemate stage of a relationship where you basically like living together like roommates? You're already entering that stage. So, but you're already playing wifey, and playing wifey means that you attain to your husband's needs, and that includes food. Like, food is a really really big important part of a man's life, in anybody's life. Because boy, when I'm hungry, like when I need food, let me tell you, that's another story. So at this point, it's like, you can't, this is a problem, yeah, with some females sometimes. It's like, you can't go into a relationship playing wifey and then later on you want to pick and choose what you want to like take out and give, because it's almost like, if you're gonna start something, you need to continue it. So if you're gonna be like, Raj, you know what, you haven't given me the ring, like, we're not engaged, we're not married, this is the only thing that I'm gonna give to you until we get married, then at least he knows what to expect from you. You can't just start the relationship. You're going to his house, you're doing his laundry, you're doing his cooking, you're doing his cleaning, but then when you're not getting anything back that you want, you're getting mad at him. Like, he's probably still making up his mind, which he has the right to do so. Or you go all in and you be wifey and you continue to be wifey. That includes preparing his meals. Like, if you live together, you can't then turn around now and start being like, I'm not going to cook for you. You can now start cooking for you because you don't want to eat cultured food. But he's already explained to you the reason why he doesn't want to eat the cultured food. So that's the place where I was just a bit like, sis, Chuma, like, I'm not really sure where you stand with this, because you've kind of like shot yourself in the foot. When he starts talking about going to Peckham and he's like, it's like the bush, whatever he was trying to call it. Why are you wearing a two-piece suit to Peckham, please? Like, to an African restaurant. Can you please make it make sense? Like, what's this? Like, that was jokes. That was too much. And it was interesting to see that that was the first time he was actually a little bit more interactive, a little bit more involved. Definitely better than the last time, the last episode. However, he is extremely misogynistic, extremely dismissive, and he is such a dictator. Like, you can tell he literally wants her on a leash. Like, you can tell he wants everything to be on his terms, the way he wants it. And Choma just needs to be a yes, sir woman. That is what he wants. Why was he getting defensive when he was talking about Choma's weight? The guy was raising his voice. It was almost like he was reliving his past. Like, sorry, it's not even funny, but the way he was getting defensive, and it's like, but you're attacking me, but you're getting angry, but you're the one that's making me feel like I'm fat. Like, okay, you didn't necessarily say, Juma, you're fat, but you are insinuating it. Like, you're trying to play reverse psychology on me. Like, I'm already telling you how I feel. Like, you don't touch me, you don't do anything. Like, you're complaining, you don't want to pick me up. It's not even like you have to pick me up. I'm not asking you to cartwheel on the bed. Like, I'm not asking you to do gymnastics. And then on top of that, you're trying to come for me for my weight, but you're the one getting defensive and shouting. Like, what the hell was that about? I don't even understand. When Choma started crying, when she started getting emotional, I was literally like, oh, it really touched me. It's like she really feels like Paul is not attracted to her, and that's really hurt her feelings. Out of the whole session, that's the only time that he wants to be holding her hand, he wants to be comforting her, but she's been screaming her emotions at him and he's just been dismissing it. And it's one of the most hurtful things as a woman to know that your man does not find you attractive, because it's kind of like, well, if you don't find me attractive, then who are you actually finding attractive? Because if it's not me, then it's definitely someone else. Again, that's taken away that security from her. You can tell Chuma loves him. I don't know what she loves about him, but she loves him. And it was really sad, guys. Okay, let's talk about Jamal and Deborah, because Jamal, you is a liar. You is a liar. That guy, yeah. I'm sorry, but okay, I'm gonna speak for myself, and I'm gonna speak for the we is for us that think like me. You tricked us. You made us feel like Deborah is this crazy girlfriend who is just controlling, who just wants you on a leash, who just wants to like take from you. She's paranoid, she's all of this stuff. But boy, why are you lying? Why are you lying about tickets? You see the way he was like smiling and grinning? It's like he got caught out. He was getting caught out. But I'm going to come back to you, Jamal. I'm going to come back to you. Okay, let me take it to the beginning. So, too many females around Jamal. First of all, sis, Deborah, you already knew that he was a PT. We've had this conversation since episode 1. You knew he was a PT. Most of his clientele are females. You know that he's a social media guy. Your boyfriend is a good looking guy. He's on social media, he's on Clubhouse and all of these things. Why are you surprised about females coming? Like, I'm sorry, you can't get in a relationship with somebody who lives in this type of environment. You know this, but then later on you want to complain about too many females' attention. I have nothing to say about that, because that's crazy, that's ludicrous. You knew this already. You can't now complain and then tell me like it's a problem. Like, what do you want me to do? That's on you. Now, where I will kind of a bit side with her is him training his ex. That's a bit weird. I'm sorry to say, like, that's a bit weird. That's to me, that's a bit weird. Like, you're close with your ex, you're training your ex, and I don't know about that. Like, because at this point I can't even trust Jamal. So she's obviously said that she's cool with the ex, but Jamal is the one who is going to be responsible for making her feel secure. And I say this because some people might say, no, 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 it's up to her to build her own security. But at the same time, your partner needs to create boundaries. Okay, he needs to create a wall around your relationship. Women need security financially. They need to feel safe, and also they need emotional security. And emotional security comes with boundaries. You need to let the outside world know non-verbally that there are boundaries. And if you are going above that boundaries, you're blocking me on social media, you're training your ex, you're booking secret flights to Afro Nation, that you're saying, oh, we all know what Afro Nation is like. You know, we've seen the snaps, we've seen how it is on social media, we've seen how wild it is. So since you know and since you've seen, but yeah, you go behind my back and book a ticket to Afro Nation, what's that? Like, you're not giving me any type of security. Like, you're taking off that security and you're making me feel exposed, you're making me feel vulnerable, you're making me feel like I can't trust you. And that's a big issue. That is the person's responsibility, to ensure their partner that I got you. Like, you shouldn't be giving me a reason to not trust you. So I don't know what he's doing there. Now, when she says like, oh, she's not trying to be controlling or possessive, it's like, babe, you are like that. You are coming across like that. Now on this episode, I can see why, because from last episode, he was giving me suspect vibes. I was talking to my friend, I was just like, nah, I don't trust him. I don't trust him. First, he says that he's bought the ticket for Deborah. Then he says that someone else bought the ticket. Why would someone else buy the ticket for Deborah? Like, make it make sense, please. And why are you lying? Honesty is so key to a relationship. The moment you start lying, you start planting seeds of doubt in the relationship. And that's not because of the person, that's you that's done that. You lied. Like, why are you lying? Especially because you know the kind of girlfriend that you have. Like, why don't you just be honest? And then on top of that, the biggest L that he's tried to put on her forehead, I used to like your sister. Why would you say that to her? Like, in a time, like in an intense environment like that. It's not even like in a jokey environment, like, you know, where you're just like bantering. Some people might be like, it's just out of order, you should never say that. But depending on the kind of relationship that you have, some people it can just flow. You know, you're just like bantering, you're just like, right, I remember when we first met, yeah, your friend was actually eyeing me first, or like your sister, do you know what I mean? But for you to now say to me that actually you liked your sister, it's like you wanted my sister. Like, what the hell? What, especially in an intense environment when things are already heated, and then he's saying it like it's a joke. And then when she goes and she says the OnlyFans, he then takes it to heart. He then starts switching. Like, why are you switching? Like, Deborah had the last laugh, boy. She had the last laugh and she was enjoying that laugh. Like, she was just like, oh, is it not funny no more? Like, oh, is there a problem? Like, I'm sorry, I thought we were sharing, you know? I was like, yes, yes. I'm sorry, because this episode I was not with Jamal at all. Like, I feel like he's dodgy. He's doing too many things that is not acting up. So it's kind of like, well, you both are not really committed to each other to that extent. It's like you want to portray this perfect relationship. Probably on social media, you be posting everything that he's buying you, all of these luxury designer stuff. You know, you're posting pictures of you at these luxury restaurants. So it's like you want to portray this perfection of a relationship, which is not true. But now we're seeing that none of you are actually really committed to one another, because you're lying, Jamal. Deborah doesn't feel secure. To her, she doesn't have a problem with taking from him, because she's probably gonna take as much as she can and bounce. Nah, that relationship is not, I don't see this relationship working. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts. I really enjoyed the episode. I cannot wait. Oh my god, is anybody else getting obsessed with the show? Like, I'm legit like, can Thursday hurry up now? Like, can they make it a bit longer, please? Like, what's this? Like, They need to make it a bit longer, but I like the fact that it leaves us wanting more, because that's what you always want when you put out a show. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, make sure that you subscribe, hit your notification bell, and we are on the road to 5,000 subscribers. Like you can see, we are growing. I'm excited. I'll speak to you guys in my next video.